Good morning, guys. How's everyone doing on this horrible, rainy Thursday morning? I've not long been up. Probably I got up about 8 o'clock, I think, and just had a cup of coffee and a quick roll up, and I put the news on. And I suppose the whole country has heard about the shooting which happened in Liverpool. Now, I just want to get one thing straight and one thing clear. This is gang warfare. And I mean gang warfare. The guy that actually got shot was intended to be shot dead. Now, when you're in a gang, it's part of code of conduct not to talk out of school, not to have loose lips. Because if you do, you get pinged by your gang members. And this is what I've been trying to say to everyone for so long on my channel, especially to the youngsters, that think joining gangs is glamorous, because use this as a prime example. If you want to get out of that gang, it's too late. Once you're in it, you cannot get out of the gang without very, very serious consequences. So, this little girl, which I'm talking about, I'm not going to mention her names, but yes, she's been shot in the crossfire. Was she the intended target? Most certainly not. Did that guy, the gunman, even know that she was in the room? Probably not. It's a natural instinct for someone to open the front door when they hear like screaming and loud noises out the front. But yeah, the lady will open that front door. She obviously didn't open that door for the gunman to run into her house. But the injured, the party which was going to get shot, actually see an opening and thought he'd run in there to get away from the gunman. Well, the gunman actually see him go in there, so that is why the gunman followed him in there. And yeah, the injured one, what got shot, went into a room, obviously to try and hide, to try and cover himself and to try and get away from the gunman. And the gunman put his hand around the door like that and sprayed a few bullets into the room. Now, bullets do ricochet quite a lot, and it depending on what gun you're using, what caliber bullet you're using, how powerful it is. But this is what I'm saying, guys. These guns, what they're making, the 38s, the 32s, even the little 22s, yeah, they're so powerful that they would go through one person and into another person, and that wouldn't be the end of it neither. Bullets travel and they ricochet. Once they hit the target, that's when the trouble starts. Once they've hit the target and they've gone into the body, some of them go straight through the body, but most bullets open up and spread out, and that is why with gunshot wounds, there's so many horrific injuries. You could be shot in the leg, and you'll get pellets, what go right up to your arms and hit your main organs, and will kill you just from a gunshot wound to the leg. So a lot of youngsters don't understand. They just think that if they shoot someone in the leg, then it's only going to be their leg what gets it. Well, that's not the way it is. So yeah, but there's still a manhunt out for this guy. No one in his, I know the news and the social media are asking for other gang members and other gangs to grass this fella up, but it's part of code of conduct when you join a gang. If you grass someone up in your gang or in another gang, you're going to get shot yourself. So there is no chance in the world whatsoever will he get grassed up by one of his gang members. So yeah, the guy's on the run. The gunman's on the run. I'm not too sure if the police have got his description, but the person that got shot is in hospital and he's injured. He's in a bad way too. I feel we all feel very, very sorry for the lady who's lost her little daughter. As I say, it wouldn't have been intended for the gang member to shoot a little girl. Never in a million years would he have gone out with that in his head that he was going to shoot an innocent party. This is just what happens in shootings, in crossfires, and this is actually what happens in gangs. So yeah, just remember, guys, check your kids' phones and make sure you're well aware of where your kid's going and things like that. If you've got any incline whatsoever, your kid is in a gang, you know, you must do everything in your power to stop that kid from going into that gang and to get him out of it and get him out of the area. Because look at the consequences of what happens in gangs. And this type of thing, which is just happened in shooting, is not the first time it's ever happened. You know, Reece Jones is another one recently. Gun crimes and gun violence has gotten worse over the last, especially since I was at it. You did have shootings when I was at it, and yeah, I did go into robberies and I did let shots off. But you know, us old school chaps, we had different values, we had different morals, and it was part of our code of conduct that you don't injure a woman, you don't injure a kid, you don't injure an elderly person. And that was the rules that we was brought up with back in the day. But these youngsters nowadays, they have no morals, they have no rules, they have no code of conduct, and they have nothing of the kind whatsoever. They just think by joining the gang, they're going to get a load of materialistic things, you know, all the best things in life, what they can have for free, and they won't be paying the consequences. And a lot of these people come from council estates. They come from broken homes. These kids will get groomed, and they're vulnerable people, and they're the people which gang leaders actually target. People like that. You know, if someone's brought up in a lovely family home with lots of support around his family, and he goes to school and does his schoolwork and studies hard, then that kid is not going to go into a gang. It's obvious. But if your kid, you know, is hanging about, not going to school, and you suspect that there could be any foul play, then you need to act on it straight away. Really do, because you know, it's getting worse and worse and worse. Liverpool, to be honest with you, has always had a bad reputation for gun violence. So has Manchester, so has Birmingham, and so has London. All the big cities, you know. And the reason for that is because the firearms are so easy to access up and down the motorways from one city to another city. And, you know, they're freely available amongst the gang members. Years and years ago, it was pretty hard to get a Yogger. But nowadays, you know, it's just as easy as going to a supermarket and getting a bit of shopping, to be honest with you, if you've got the money. And these gangs have got the money because, you know, they're drug dealers. They go out robbing other drug dealers. And it's all funded. All their activities are funded by drug dealing, and that's what it's all about: money, power, control. I'd rather nowadays be skint and be happy and be content and live a law-abiding citizen life than have to look over my shoulder and carry on the rest of my life like that. But yeah, I have lived that lifestyle. I can't say that I've shot anyone. But what I can say is I had that mindset of if someone was in my way and they had something which I wanted, then I would definitely shoot them. Banks, post offices, sub-post offices and places like that, you know, I was walking into and blowing the screens out, letting shots off in the roof and doing whatever I need to do to get money. But our aim and our targets were big places, big establishments, people have got their money back. Well, I know I terrorised them, but yeah, it's just this is just a tragic accident that's happened. I just don't want anyone to think that it was intended for this little girl to get killed. It was intended, yes, for the boy to get killed, and whatever the boy had done to warrant getting shot must have been something very, very, very naughty. Broke the code of conduct. That guy who's been shot will be in a gang, another gang. He's obviously crossed the line, and they've held a kangaroo court for him, put a contract out on him, and he's got to be taken out. And you know, the kid was on the run, or the bloke was on the run for this murder and 2 attempted murders. Never in a million years is he going to give himself up. The only way, and the police will not catch him by a manhunt by searching houses door to door. He's out of that city, he's gone. But the only way he's ever going to get caught is if a member of the public picks up finds him or spots him out in the shops. But let me tell you now, he will be hidden very, very well. He'll be undercover, and he will not hand himself in. But yeah, this is just a quick video, guys, just to let you know that this is what gun violence is all about. There's people, innocent people, women, kids that are getting shot down to gangs shooting each other and causing havoc between each other. So guys, I hope you like my content. I know it's a little bit on the old negative side, but it's the truth. This is the truth, what happens in gangs. So this is why I'm trying to spread these words, to put awareness out, to let everyone know that gangs are not glamorous. You know, you're either going to end up in prison for the rest of your life or possibly shot dead yourself, because you cannot get out of a gang once you're in a gang without paying them consequences. It's very, very hard. So guys, I'm going to be getting on with the rest of my book for the rest of the afternoon because it's pretty bad outside. So I've got no motivation to go outside the house today until this weather clears up anyway. I had a good day yesterday sorting my bike out. But yeah, I'll be putting more work onto my channel this afternoon, guys. I hope everyone's in good health. I hope everyone is in a good mood. I hope you're all doing well. And I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.